I've posted it. We are live. I think once people join, we'll be able to hear them and see them in the chat. Is my audio? Am I audible enough? Is it weak?
It's fine for me.
I'll have to probably take my mic in my hand and talk to it today. Hi Shreyas. Hello. That's a signal that we are live. Hello everyone that will join and welcome everybody. And we'll start with the Gordon update. I have an update which says that he's in training, he's fit, so he should be starting. I think there's no reason why he should not. And that is a good enough update that you should play him or if you have him. And if you're buying him, you can go ahead. By the way, welcome Akhilesh. What's up? How are you
Um,
doing? Before we get
you
into the
think?
stream, any your transfers
Yeah,
made?
yeah. I'm doing fine. I haven't made any transfer yet, and I'm contemplating on that. We can discuss that further. But yeah, I'm just down with a small cold. But there's like apologies if I do sneeze or cough in the middle. But yeah, I think let's go. Yeah, one thing about Gordon I just wanted to add is how many of these crunch games is he going to continue playing? Because he's their main player, he's their main winger right now. Uh, so when is his minutes going to be managed? Because they can't afford to lose him another player through injury.
But he's pretty young. I don't see why minutes management is an issue. He's young, he's fit. If he manages about 70, 80 odd minutes every game week, I wouldn't be surprised if he's playing all of them.
Uh, yeah, I'm actually in my team contemplating on a transfer in this week with Diaby sitting in my team, uh, looking to either ship out Diaby for Gordon or maybe bench Diaby to one of my 4.3 minutes to Palmer. These are my two transfers which I'm actually thinking about. But yeah, that's close to the deadline, and I'm also open to rolling this week. And because I do see Diaby starting that City game, and it's not the worst game when Rodri is not playing. So yeah, there are quite a few options in my mind. So what do you think?
I think even my process would go the same. If I had your team in my situation, I would go for Gordon. I think the fixture is good. The fixture is very good this game week. You probably only need to jump from Diaby to Gordon. I would do it honestly.
Hmm.
Wouldn't roll. I think it's not one of those weeks where I would ideally want to roll. If I can get someone upgrade my team, I would do it.
Right.
Moving on,
So yeah.
this is pretty much my question as well, which I have right now with my team, which is the cash replacement. I think a lot of people have. Uh, for me, probably top 3 or 4 defenders who are there is Gabriel, Trippier, Pedro Porro, and Saliba. I think that's sort of my top 4 defenders right now. If you want to go get somebody for like a defensive transfer in, I don't see anybody else in that list. Do you have any names?
Is there a Chelsea defender you're still willing to look at?
I don't think we aren't a team which is we are not stable defensively. I don't know who will play. He's pretty much going to rotate as well now. I can't be sure that James starts all games. Will he sub on and sub off eventually? I just don't know. I wouldn't risk it.
Right. Yeah, I mean, for me also, Arsenal defenders are pretty much top. You can hold them for a long period as well. There's no harm in holding them for a long period, even though their fixtures do read Aston Villa, Brighton, and Liverpool in the three after this week. I still think long term they are great assets to hold. So yeah, for me as well, Gabriel and Saliba would be one. Then Trippier, if you have the money, definitely. If not, Pedro Porro is also a very good option.
Yeah, I think in that order only. Trippier, Pedro Porro, and then Gabriel. No, Trippier, Gabriel, and Pedro Porro. That's my top 3.
Yeah,
Just answer Udogi for Mitchell. I think Udogi has some injury in niggles. I can't be sure. I read somewhere on Twitter while I was scrolling today morning, but he has some sort of a niggle out there. I'm not sure if he'll start. He should be fine. His game is on Thursday, but just sort of an update. There's obviously the larger captaincy discussion that will come to in just a second. Watkins, Darwin, Elenga, bench one. I would bench. Uh, I think Elenga. You can't bench Darwin and Watkins. There's no guaranteed news that Darwin is out and not playing, so I wouldn't take the chance.
Yeah, I'd say you should be starting down if you have him in your team as well. I I pretty much like I think Gakpo has been playing well, so he deserves a chance to play. But even 30 minutes against Sheffield United defense, Darwin Nunes can still come and exploit and get points. So yeah, benching Darwin for a Elanga doesn't make sense for me.
Yeah, same. I don't think so. And Simicast, there's rumors that Simicast or Darwin, or in fact even both, could be benched this game week. Darwin is expected to be benched. Simicast
Hmm.
also under the like rope sort of a thing, because if not this, then the next game could be risky for him. What do you think? If you have Simicast, you play him? Or
I think I also have the same worry. Simicas has been playing a little bit over in the last few weeks, which is a bit worrying. He might be having a fatigue problem, but like we saw the Luton game away from home where Liverpool struggled because of Gomez playing at left back and not having the width, which
yeah,
which I think could play like could maybe mean that Simicas should be playing most of these games where you have a low block and you have to break them down. And Gomez is like he's a solid defender, but in certain games you'll need to play Simicas. So I do think he probably starts this one, but yeah, I think his minutes could be managed if the game is done early and stuff like that.
I
But
agree
I
with
think the
Simicast.
popular
I'm
question
sort of
still,
in doubt.
hmm,
If you
yeah,
have them, I would
I
play
would.
him this game week, although I would
Yeah,
not bench.
definitely. If you have him, you should play him. But I don't think he's a buy as such because Liverpool's fixtures after this are not the best case scenario. They play uh, Crystal Palace away, United home, Arsenal home, where I think they could concede in all three games. It's not they're not still not like the best defense in the league or something. But I think the popular question around is the DRB replacement. What do you think? I think Gordon should be first, but the options are Gordon, Huang, Palmer. Uh,
I think if you don't have Embo should be first. That
yeah,
upgrade is more
Mbomo should be
important.
first, but assuming people have Mbomo,
I,
then Gordon
I
should be first, right?
yeah. The second, I would go Gordon. I would go then Palmer and then Huang. Palmer, because he's fit, he's starting. I don't think he's going to get benched. He's going to play a more advanced role. And with Nkunku coming back almost every game week, he's about to start or get minutes. Just going to improve his sort of output that is going to coming out, be coming there. So I think if since we have someone who could finish chances at the top of the like team right now, I think with Nkunku back, I would keep Palmer second. Third is Wang for me.
And the other thing for like if Sterling is there around, is he an option? Do you think?
I would wait. I think he's an option. He's not going to get rotated. I don't think there's going to be a problem. But I think just wait and look out for this game week. Don't jump on him. Probably just wait for the next game, the Everton game as well, and then we can figure out. I think that's where I am at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still very direct when he plays from the left. He looks like a lively player. He's been getting points around, and definitely he is an option. Should be considered around, but I think Gordon is definitely the better option out of the lot.
Yeah, I think he is the better option. I think given his stats and Newcastle's fixtures also get better. So good to have us
Yeah,
nailed on
and
outlet
even in
from
the game week
attacking.
18, game week 18 they play Luton, right? Luton away.
Yeah, they do. I think they play Luton. Yes,
That's
exactly.
a great fixture
That's a great
for
plum
him.
fixture. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll start taking more and more questions and answer them as quickly as possible. There was some question that said, "Do I do Martinelli to Saka?" I would say do it. I think it's a good game week to do it. Martinelli has been unlucky, but again, Saka is pretty much prime. He's on penalties as well, so always worth the switch.
Yeah, if you have the money, yeah, I'd say the same as well.
There's this. Oh, we'll address the captaincy question before we go to personal team questions. First, Saka, Salah, Haaland, Son. Who are you probably looking at to captain?
Yeah, I think I've been quite settled on Salah, and I'm not. I don't think I'm moving it.
Yeah,
This
same.
is
I
Sheffield
don't think
United.
I'm gonna move.
There are speculations that there'll be a new manager bounce, but I still think I expect Liverpool to score 3 or 4 goals in this game.
Yeah, I'm pretty much going Salah as well. I don't think there is any necessity to go
Yeah,
someone else. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking at the moment as well. If how do you see at this Luton versus Arsenal fixture? Luton have conceded chances, but not at home. Arsenal away from home are poor as well.
yeah, I don't think Saka as a captain because it's not Arsenal away from home. We've seen that as a pattern from last season. They tend to keep more clean sheets away from home. They try to nick a 1-0 win or a 2-0 win. They look for a very controlled game where which means their wingers are far more wide and that yeah, so they are not the most attacking teams away from home, but that being said, we've said that for their games at home as well. But the last two
Yeah,
games I think they've really clicked. The game against Wolves and the game in the Champions League where they scored 6 goals, I think they've really clicked, and the return of Odegaard has actually been quite uh, quite
quite key for them. Yeah,
vocal, quite vocal in the team in the way they play. I think they are starting to attack a little more. So there is a chance, but I still think Luton are paying a good low block at home, and they're not going to be very straightforward to break down. And Arsenal will look to have a controlled approach away from home, which makes
uh,
me feel like Salah is the better captaincy option.
yeah. I think Salah for me as well. I was considering Jesus to bring in for my team, but I'm not sure because the other option is Solanke. It's between the two, but how I see it is a 2 game week punt for me. Whichever player I bring in, whichever way. Solanke is probably long term. Jesus is a 2 week punt. But in the next two,
But
Jesus
Solanke
does have.
sounds. Jesus has there are two factors I'd probably bring in over here. I think one is Jesus. You're not sure. He's not always 100% fit. He'll be missing minutes. So some games he'll be subbed off
Yeah,
earlier than the rest, and Nketiah will get minutes as well regularly. And I don't think they are gonna make Saka or Martinelli sit too often. So which means that Trossard could play strike sometimes and Nketiah could play strike sometimes. So I do expect Jesus to miss the odd game just because he's not completely 100% there yet and
yeah.
has not
Well,
played
yeah,
a
true.
few games in a row. And the second one is in game week 18 during the blank game week, Jesus has Liverpool away while Solanke has Nottingham Forest away,
No, it's just a
which
2 game
means that
week move. So it's just Luton, basically targeting Luton, and I think Villa is next for Arsenal. Those two. And for Sri Lanka, those two simultaneously are New Crystal and
Crystal
Manchester
Palace,
United.
United, and then Luton he plays. Yeah.
No, for Luton, I'll be back. I'll have Sri Lanka back, so that's not a problem.
Hmm. I
That's why
just
it's sort of
say,
very tricky. And the up top changes where I get cash to Trippier directly this game week with Sri Lanka. But again, Trippier also has like one easy and one tough fixture. I'm not very keen on that as well.
but if you do have Trippier around the game week
No, I'll be
18,
having
20,
Trippier again. I'll be having Trippier in 17 as well. So it will be Solanke and Trippier back in 17. It's just a 2 game week
okay,
switch. Where do I go
okay.
right now for points?
Who are you downgrading in the striker? Watkins.
Yeah, Watkins.
So you think Watkins is a sell at this point of
No,
the
I just don't think he'll
of
get a lot of points for the next 2 games. City, Arsenal, I don't. I believe in the big ones, big teams, and
hmm.
not on Watkins a lot. Yeah,
But also that Aston Villa have been winning all games at home for
yeah, but
what, 18, 19
I
game
really
weeks in a
still
row,
think
which
that
is
it's not an easy game to play against City or Arsenal. City
definitely,
will City will
definitely.
go more defensive in my opinion. They'll start putting more emphasis on the defense. They started losing points. This is probably the period where they don't want to. I think that will take over. I think they're going to play an extra defender this gimmick as well. If if like a 2-1 win is very likely, but I don't see a lot of goals from Villa in the next two, and that is why I'm okay keeping Watkins out of my team.
Yeah, so
I won't recommend this, but this is something
at the
I'm
start
doing.
of this game week, discussing like for the last couple of days, I've been looking at my team, and I'm fairly not too like I feel like without Rodri and Aston Villa being at home, it's not an obvious move to remove either Watkins or Diaby. That's what I had been thinking, and that's why I had been considering rolling. But I do understand that Gordon could pretty much be an obvious move over there. But I do see Aston Villa causing problems to City because City have not
Yeah,
been good defensively. Uh, I think there needs to be some rethinking in the tactics, which Pep does beautifully every season. But is he going to do that this game week? Not sure, but there will be a
yeah,
change. But again, Rodri is out. They don't have a left winger, both in Doku or a Clay Grealish to uh, give a different style of their game to. And John Stones, we are not too sure. He's been an unused substitute. Is he just going to be thrown back in? How fit is he? He has been declared fit to play this game, but yeah, I do see there being this game not being an obvious City win as such.
yeah. I
And
wouldn't say it as an obvious City win, but
yeah,
again, it's he's there, and wouldn't really even rule it out. Also, a lot of people talking about Foden. They want Foden into the team. I wouldn't go it. Foden on the left is not same as Foden in the center or on the right. That's what I've
now
observed,
Foden
and
could go. Yeah, Foden could go on the left. Yeah, that's just a
yeah,
very
and I've observed it enough number of times. I've bought him in the team as well. He's not good on the left. Uh, don't take for another moment. I know it's a good punt. It's very tempting. Next game is Luton, but not right now. So back to a lot of questions that the Jairam sent his team. Diaby plus Cash plus Alvarez to Trent, Gordon, and Semeyo or Taylor Mbuemo Isaac for -4. I think Trent Gordon is a better combination than Mbuemo Isaac, only because I don't know Isaac will start all games. He's probably more prone to rotation than Gordon. Trent again, I'm not sure. Is Trippier a better option than Trent? I
Trippier
think
is
that is
definitely a better option than Trent uh, at this point and also through the season. Uh,
yeah.
if you had to get Trent, it was like these two game weeks. But after this, Trippier does end up becoming a better option automatically.
I believe so as well because I'm not sure on going Trent. I don't think
Yeah, it's
he
also the
could be
price. I
rotated
think that
in the
1 million is, yeah. There could be games he could be rotated as well because Joe Gomez has been quite a decent player even in inverting in as a right back. So he
yes.
could Trent could be rotated as well, definitely. But he's
Some
currently
of them,
playing the way that he would generally play. Um, if he like for every time he has been an FPL option in the past. But yeah, 8 million is too much. As
yeah.
simple as that.
I've also shared my team. This is how it looks. It's pretty in a bad state. I wouldn't really deny. Zinchenko will start, in my opinion, yes. And start one from Cash, Taylor, and Kabure. I think Cash, Taylor, and Kabure. Taylor has pretty much the best fixture out of the lot. So maybe Taylor first, I would say. It's obviously not the most ideal thing. If you can replace Cash and then go for the replacement, that's better. But again, that's what I think. Best cash replacement. A lot of people asking again. Have got Gabriel, Simicas, Taylor, Kabure, nothing in the bank. If nothing in the bank is sort of a question there, who would you go? Which is under five as a cash replacement. Simicas, I think the
Under
only one.
five,
No, he's got Simicas, I believe.
Gabriel. If you have Gabriel,
No, he's got Gabriel and Simicas both.
then I'd go for a Colville.
No, I don't think he'll start regularly. Going ahead. No, he could start on the left as well. Yeah, fair enough, actually.
I mean I think he's fairly like it was just the injury that he had in the middle. Other than that, he's been starting games right
Yeah, he should be. Yeah,
regularly.
he should be okay.
Yeah, then I'd say Colville.
Yeah, fair enough. Colwell could be an option. If not, I you
Even
you double down on
Livramento.
the Newcastle guys. Get
Yeah,
someone from
Livramento.
Newcastle again. Yeah.
I think Livramento is definitely a very good option.
Okay, 15 minutes. Let's get into the questions even faster. Bench fun of Alvarez, Nunes, Watkins, Embuemo, and Gordon. That's I think another lot. Maybe Alvarez for me, but he's playing sort of advanced number 10 today. I think either Alvarez or Nunes because we have Nunes news. Maybe take a punt on that like benching and play Alvarez. I think that's where I am.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Start Simicast or Mitchell.
What
I think what? You were saying something.
Yeah, and then we can first finish. I think you should start Simicast if you haven't. But
Yeah,
I just wanted to touch upon Son for some time because last week after three blanks, a lot of people were on the move to remove him, and people have delayed their transfers. People who didn't have Son, how yeah, what is your thoughts around Son with the next few fixtures coming?
just buy. If you don't have him, buy him. He's not worth selling at the moment. I think
Would
he's
you?
too good in form. Everything in his team is happening for him. People are like, the players are giving the ball to him for feeding him the ball. In fact, I wouldn't even take a chance against him.
Yeah, yeah. And Pedro Porro has taken over the role of Madison mostly. He's been
Yeah,
creating
he's
so
doing
much.
good creatively. So I think that there could be some goals there from him as well.
Yeah, yeah. And even Kulusevski has stepped up. Kulusevski has been incredible last few weeks as well. And
I
they've
think
not been lucky with the results, but I think the results will come.
but I think there needs to be a larger discussion that happens to like needs to happen around Tottenham is their assets going ahead. Like there's Johnson, Kulisevsky's son, there's Pedro Porro, Madison could be back. So Madison's back in mid Jan, so later on. But yeah, we can keep that aside for now, and we can do this in the next game week pod. I think it's pretty essential. After Newcastle, they have good run of fixtures coming up.
Yeah.
Start Gordon, Elanga, or Bowen. Pick two. I would start Bowen and Gordon. People saying Doku not starting on Twitter. Yeah, I don't think Doku is starting. He's pretty in. He failed the test. If you have Doku in the team in your team, I'd sell. Yeah, fair enough. If that's the case, I think he's failed his fitness test. I think Varun also sent in the chat. I think you can trust Varun's piece there as well. So if you have Doku, probably sell.
I just put up my
There's
team as
Stone
well.
starting, so that's a good news. Stone starting the game.
The game is also tomorrow, right? So
Yeah, but
uh,
there's news that Stones will start. So news is news.
yeah, you can just share my team as well. I think I can.
Wait, I think I can try to share your screen. Team. Maybe you can share your screen once I hide it. Like,
I have
hold
shared
on.
my screen.
Okay, I can add it to the stage. Here's your team.
Yeah.
I'll
So
keep
who
answering the
is?
questions. You can wait. We'll take the last 5 minutes for this. There's
Okay.
Dubravka to Johnston. I would go Dubravka, not to Johnston. For Johnston, maybe yes. Dubravka or Johnston to play. I would play Dubravka. What do you
Yeah, yeah,
do? You agree with the Turner to Dubravka move quickly? I think.
definitely. I do.
Okay.
I think Dubravka is a great, uh, like short to middle term option in the game right now.
Okay. This guy's an Onana, Trippier, Cash, Udogi, White, Kabure, Salah, Mbeumo, Son, Palmer, Eze. Eze is an injury concern there. He's got Joao Pedro and Haaland as well. I think Eze should be a priority sell because he's injured. I think I'll
Is
go
it to
Eze
Gordon?
to Gordon. Perfect. Yeah. Should I sell Cash or Eze? Whom to get? I think priority should be Eze. He's not definitely going to start. Cash is expected to start this game. Should I sell Mbuemo to Palmer and then upgrade one of my defenders to Trippier? No, I don't think so. Mbuemo is pretty much more necessary right now. Also, for people jumping on Trippier, he's one yellow card away from suspension, so that's also something there in my
Yeah.
mind as well. If you had to pick between Stones and Poro right now, who would you pick?
Stones and Poro.
Yeah, Stones is starting. There's news. Stones is starting tomorrow.
I'd still pick Poro because I'm not sure about how fit Stones is and have they
But
thrown him back.
both have got like equally good clean sheet potentials. And like Poro plays next game week Newcastle, I think. Then he's got a good run of fixtures.
Yeah, I think after this, Stones has a good run of fixtures, but I'd still take Poro for the blank game week, then maybe move to Stones
Yeah.
if the double game week is happening.
Will White start? I think he should. There's no reason I see why he
Yeah,
did he
even
start. Yeah.
Tomiyasu is not going
Yeah.
to be fully fit like this, like he's so. I think White should be starting this game.
Yeah. Start Simicas over Mitchell. I think we've answered this. Best replacement for Cash. I already have Simicas and Trippier. Gabriel. If you don't have Gabriel, go there. Start Palmer or Alvarez. I'll start Palmer. I think he's advanced. Yeah, he's pretty much advanced. He's on penalties as well. He will be the number 10 with Gallagher out. I think Palmer has to be Palmer. Uh, Cash to Livramento or Turner to Dubravka? Cash to Livramento. I think Turner
Cash
to
to
Dubravka.
Livramento
Yeah.
for me as well.
There's more questions in the chat which I can see. Start Udogi or Ant Nuri? I think Ant Nuri. Udogi is sort of a niggle. I'm not 100% sure if he'll start. I would start Ant Nuri. Ant Nuri is, although Ant Nuri is injured, right? Is he not injured as far as I know?
Let's take a
Did,
look at
did,
him.
did he did he come back from injury? As far as I know, he's injured, so I wouldn't really take a chance on Ant
He's
Nuri.
also on four yellow cards. Yeah, he is
Yeah.
injured. He's injured. Expected back next week.
On ninth, yeah, he's injured for this game week.
But you can still start him for the Burnley at home, and then just see if he does end up coming having a passing a late fitness test or something.
Yeah,
But
maybe
that game is
take a chance, but
tonight.
I wouldn't really be very
Yeah,
high
I
on that.
wouldn't be optimistic,
Yeah,
but anyways, he wouldn't be coming on as well. But that game is tonight, so yeah, I think the chances are less.
there's Simicast for a -4. I wouldn't do it. I don't think Simicast is worth for a -4.
Yeah.
There's Doku news apart from that. There's Haaland. The expected lineup is Guardiola, Ruben Diaz, Walker, Akanji, Rodri. There's sort of no Stones, but a lot of people saying Stones as well. I can't be 100% sure on that. It's sort of in the mix with Stones. I wouldn't jump on Stones. Zinchenko or Gabriel? I think Gabriel Zinchenko is playing very bad, so again, wouldn't jump on him. If Tomiyasu would fit, he would get rotated as well, so
Uh,
don't go there.
yeah, I think defensively Zinchenko has been pretty poor.
Yeah,
But the last 2 3 weeks, when I've seen, I think there's been a lot of involvement of him just being in and around the box, playing crosses in, doing the overlaps, something he generally doesn't do so often when he's inverting as the left back. So that there has been a small change in that, which I think
yeah,
is quite notable. But yeah, when Tomiyasu is back, Zinchenko could be losing his place in games where they need to be more defensively solid.
yeah. I
That's
agree.
very much true.
Rodri is injured, so Stones would be there. I think Riku Lewis could be there. There could be a Kanji who plays in that role, and then there could be Guardiola, Diaz, and Walker. So I wouldn't be sure of Stones. I wouldn't really jump on him.
Yeah, but
Adingra to Gordon, I would do it.
Stones is starting, right?
No, I wouldn't really trust that news because I just don't feel like I don't feel it's necessary that he starts. Like this is my piece of advice. I wouldn't really jump on it. Simika starting is expected. Yes, he's expected to start. So if that's your concern, he is expected to start. Is White
Okay.
playing? I think White should play. And
Yeah,
what
I
else?
think.
What other news do we need? Do we have? I think Darwin benched. Yeah, that's there. I think Darwin could be benched.
Probably happening. Darwin could be
Yeah.
benched.
Aditya Jairam has sent his team. Point three in the bank. Suggest changes, please, with Simicas benching rumors as well. I think play Simicas. Don't worry. There's Gabriel Poro, Simicas, and your back three. There's less cells as well, so you have a good back four from to choose from. Salah, San, Saka, Diaby. That's your midfield four, and Haaland Alvarez up top. I think Diaby to a Gordon is the easiest which I would make. Start bench two White, Udogi, Cash, Wood, Jao Pedro. If I had to bench two, I would bench Wood, and then I would bench Cash. That's who I would bench. Again, White, Udogi, Cash, Wood, Jao Pedro.
Okay, there's 5 minutes to go. I'm just
Yeah.
taking run through my team. Flecken is on goal. Luton, Gabriel Chimikas and Lascelles at the back. Salah, captain, Son, Mbumo, Diaby, Haaland, Watkins, Solanke. I will be making the transfer of Diaby to Gordon. And my bench reads Ariola, Udogi, Taylor, and bench fodder. So, what do you think about it?
I think uh, the bench seems fine. Who's first one? Udogi over. Yeah, I think you will have to play Udogi over the other three. I think it's a good team. I maybe Watkins again. You're very pro on Watkins, so fair enough. I think I would really change that.
Yeah, I'm going to be holding and playing Watkins over these fixtures, and uh, I have 1.2 in the bank right now. So
That's a
I
good
have
amount of money. Then.
I have enough to do Ahamada to Palmer next week as well. For the and I'm hoping to have three up to. I'm hoping to play either a 3-5-2 or a 4-4-2 for. for the double game week, for the blank game week. Uh, Depends on whether Mbumo will be fit, who will be having the double game week or not.
I'm considering Jesus for Luton, and I'm looking at a defender. I'm not sure on Poro because it's a 2 week stint. Simicast is probably my first choice, but again, next game we could be tricky with Simicast. So I'm not sure if I should jump on something like a Ruben Diaz, try to get the clean sheet back to back versus Luton and Aston Villa, or should I? Aston Villa doesn't look like a clean sheet this week. Again, for any defender apart from Liverpool, it doesn't look like a clean sheet game week. So I'm not very confident. Apart from obviously Newcastle, but they have Tottenham next game week. So I want two back-to-back clean sheets. There's Wolves that I was looking at, but Ain Nouri is injured. I won't really jump on the other ones. I think there's Samedo who's decent, but again, Wolves haven't kept a clean sheet in a while. I wouldn't go there. So I think I'm thinking Simicast and Jesus, and then my future moves obviously would involve Solanke and Trippier.
Okay, I'm
Uh,
going.
Pope replacement. I think Dubravka. Go. I think it's a good straightaway swap. Don't worry. Just do it. Yeah, I think Luke also predicted Stones starting. So yeah, Stones could be on the menu. There could be Rico Lewis. There's three defenders in the midfield. But Watkins to Darwin, I wouldn't do it. I would hold best midfielders in the best differentials in the midfield. Is there a differential? Gordon, apart from Gordon, I can't think of a differential
Wang.
honestly. Maybe Huang if you want to go there. Yeah,
Yeah, I
there's
don't
two
think
minutes.
Gordon is a differential
I need
anymore.
to.
So
Yeah, I need to set my team. Captain to Salah. I'm going with
you can
that.
go back to sharing your team. Yeah, I've
I
done my
am.
transfer from DRB to Gordon, and Salah is my captain.
Yeah, I'm keeping Udogi first bench, and I have Dinier last. I'm playing Flecken and Haaland. Yeah, that's my team. Pretty set on settled. Salah has to be. I think yeah, he has to be sort of the captaincy choice over here. Last, do you guys have wild card left? No, nobody. I don't think we have wild card
No.
left. We could cover wild card next game week. Thoughts on Kunha? Decent punt. I wouldn't go there honestly. If I had the option to going up to Solanke, that's the forward I would choose. Is there any news in the last dying minutes? I'm scrolling as much as I can in my feed. No, there is nothing. Cash to which defender 5.9 exact price. I have Gabriel already. Else do I remove Alvarez too and bring Trent and Samuel? No, I had similar situation. You can go to a Newcastle defender if you're looking long term, and then maybe look at Trippier later on. Scar is good. Scar is good for shots as well. Otherwise, I think Pedro Poro has to be that guy. Start
Yes,
Simicast or Poro. If I had both, I would start Simicast for the clean
Simicast
sheet,
I do.
extra clean
Yeah,
sheet. Yeah, so the odds are better for him. Do I start Taylor defender over Palmer? I wouldn't start Taylor over Palmer. I
Palmer.
think Palmer is better. There's no chance Taylor is better over Palmer. I think Palmer has penalties, which is huge. And that's pretty much yeah. Yes, that's about it.
Yeah, I think
I
we
think we have
will
about
be
30
locked in
odd
soon.
seconds. 15 odd seconds. If there's last questions, you can go ahead and ask me or Akhilesh for it. And I'm set on Sara captaincy. Hopefully it bangs.
Yeah,
And it is deadline, guys. Thank you guys. I think pretty straightforward, not much about to do this game week. Uh I'm hoping for a large score. Luton will be tough, but again, I think Arsenal will break. My only concern is Jesus starting or not. I think there could be chance they play Trossard into it and just want to mix things up. But I think the 66 minutes sub out for Jesus was good enough last game week to put him into the starting lineup again this time. So I expect him to
yeah.
start this game week, play again 60, 70 odd minutes. They're
There
very
could
bad
be
on
a
set pieces.
differential who could help.
Yeah, they're very bad on set pieces, Luton. I am expecting Gabriel, Saliba, Jesus, Trossard, these four especially to be involved. Hopefully, we could see some points coming our side.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. I think we'll see you guys on the next stream. Maybe in the next video before that. But yeah, that is from my side. Uh, cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.